SCR assignment, MI6, Spy in a Bag case. Hello everyone. For this assignment, you will be completing a structured critical reasoning analysis, also known as an SCR, using the MI6 Spy in a Bag case. This case involves a mysterious death, limited information, competing theories, and many unanswered questions. That makes it a strong case for practicing critical thinking, problem analysis, and evidence-based reasoning. Your job is not to guess wildly or simply choose the most dramatic explanation. Your job is to slow down, organize the information, examine the evidence, and think carefully about what conclusions may or may not be supported. Do not jump to conclusions and be sure to analyze the evidence. Structured critical reasoning is a method for breaking down complex problems in a logical way. Instead of immediately asking, "What do I think happened?" SCR asks us to examine several parts of the reasoning process. For this assignment, you will focus on 5 major areas: conclusions, evidence, assumptions, strengths and weaknesses, and fallacies. First, you will identify at least 2 possible conclusions. A conclusion is a possible explanation or outcome based on the information available. For example, in this case, one possible conclusion might be that the death was accidental. Another possible conclusion might be that the death involved homicide or outside involvement. You are not required to prove one answer beyond all doubt. Instead, you are showing that you can examine more than one reasonable possibility and explain how the evidence connects to each one. Conclusions are possible explanations. Examples: accident, homicide, something else. Next, you will identify the evidence that supports or contradicts each conclusion. Evidence includes facts from the case, information from your textbook, and any reputable outside information you choose to use. Ask yourself, what facts support this conclusion? What facts create doubt? What information is missing? What evidence would make this conclusion stronger? Good critical thinking requires us to look at more than one side. Do not only include evidence that supports your favorite theory, include evidence that challenges it as well. Strong reasoning considers evidence for and against each conclusion. The third part of SCR is identifying assumptions. An assumption is something we believe or accept without having complete proof. For example, someone might assume that because a case looks unusual, it must involve foul play. Another person might assume that because an official report reached a conclusion, that conclusion must be complete and correct. Both assumptions need to be examined. In your SCR chart, ask yourself, what must be true for this conclusion to make sense? Am I assuming facts that have not been proven? Could another explanation also fit the evidence? Assumptions are what we believe without full proof. Next, evaluate the strengths and weaknesses of the reasoning. Some evidence may be strong, direct, and credible. Other evidence may be incomplete, unclear, biased, or based mostly on speculation. This is where you should think like an investigator, manager, or problem solver. Ask yourself, is this evidence reliable? Is the source credible? Is the information complete? Is there another way to interpret the same facts? A good SCR does not treat all evidence equally. It explains which evidence is strong, which evidence is weak, and why. Evaluate the quality of the evidence. Is it strong, weak, missing, biased? The final part of the SCR is identifying possible fallacies. A fallacy is a mistake in reasoning. Fallacies can appear in official theories, media reports, public opinions, or even our own thinking. For example, be careful of jumping to conclusions, relying on emotion instead of evidence, assuming that one event caused another just because they happened close together, or accepting something as true only because many people believe it. Your goal is to recognize where the reasoning may be flawed. Fallacies are faulty reasoning. Watch for assumptions, exaggeration, and unsupported claims. Now, here is what I expect for this piece of your project. You will create a written SCR table or chart. Your chart should clearly include at least 2 possible conclusions, evidence supporting or contradicting each conclusion, assumptions connected to each conclusion, Strengths and weaknesses of the reasoning. Any logical fallacies that may appear in official theories, media reports, or public discussion. You may use bullet points or short paragraphs. The most important thing is that your reasoning is clear, organized, and thoughtful. Your SCR chart must include conclusions, evidence, assumptions, strengths, weaknesses, fallacies. This assignment is not about finding a perfect answer. It is about practicing disciplined thinking. In real life, managers, supervisors, investigators, business owners, and leaders often have to make decisions with incomplete information. The best decision makers do not simply react. They analyze, question, compare evidence, and recognize what they do not know. That is exactly what you are practicing here. Take your time, organize your thoughts, use credible information, and explain your reasoning clearly. If you have questions or feel unsure about how to begin, please reach out. I am here to help you succeed. Think clearly, use evidence. Explain your reasoning, ask for help early. Remember, a strong answer is not just what you think. A strong answer explains why the evidence supports your reasoning.